Well, hello there, friends. I hope you are doing okay. Hey, did you ever have a bad day? I imagine you did have a bad day or two in your lifetime, I'm sure. Yesterday was not a good day for me. Some sad things happened in my life, and it just didn't feel like a very good day. It was rather a difficult day. Some might say that it was a real bear of a day. Did you ever hear that phrase, a real bear of something? For instance, we could say, you know what, I thought this project would be pretty straightforward, but it has become a real bear. Or somebody might say, you know what, that couch was a bear to move upstairs. Now, was that couch really a bear? No, it just meant in this phrase, when you use this phrase, that it was very difficult. So to have a bear of a day could be to have a very difficult day. To work on a project that has become a real bear means that the project has become difficult or it is presenting a challenge or a problem. So, if you hear somebody saying, I'm having a real bear of a time, it just means that they're having a difficulty or a challenge. So, how do we handle difficulties or challenges that come our way? For we all experience them. Well, there may be some advice that you may have heard people say, and it's good advice, I think. Some phrases like take one day at a time, or press on, or you know what, God's got this, and God's got you. Those are all words of advice that hopefully help us through difficult days and difficult times. Real bear of a time. I need to remember that as well. Who has my back? Well, God has my back. Nahum 1:7 says, the Lord is good, and when people are in trouble, they can go to him for safety. He takes good care of those who trust him. What about God? Does God have difficult times? Well, I don't know. I would imagine not. Is there anything too difficult for God? Is another way we could ask that. Does God have a bear of a day sometimes? Well, I would think not, because God is God. Jeremiah 32:17 says, Lord and King, you have reached out your great and powerful arm. You have made the heavens and the earth. Nothing is too hard for you. And God himself, in the same chapter of Jeremiah 32, verse 27, he says, I am the Lord. I am the God of all people. Is anything too hard for me? And the question deserves the answer, of course not. Nothing is too hard for God. Jesus himself said in Matthew 19, with people, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. Well, that helps me during my difficult days, or the days that are a real bear, or where I have a bear of a problem, because I don't always have to depend on myself. And you don't have to depend on yourself too. Sometimes we just give these things to God. It doesn't take away the challenge right away, but it sure can help us get through things. James 5:11 says, as you know, we think that people who don't give up are blessed. You have heard that Job was patient, and you have seen what the Lord finally did for him. The Lord is full of tender mercy and loving concern. Now, nothing can change what happened in my day yesterday. I had one of my cats died. That's why I was really sad. That's not going to change. But God's help and people's care for me helped me move through that day. It was a real bear of a day, but it's going to get better. I believe Philippians 4:6. Don't worry about anything. No matter what happens, tell God about everything. Ask and pray and give thanks to him. And believe me, yesterday I talked a lot to God. I said, why? What do I do? How can I get through this? It was a very sad day, but it was a bear of a day for sure. But God's helping me. And if you have days where things are sad or where things don't go your way, remember that God has your back. And with God, nothing is impossible. It may be a bear of a day for you, but it is not for God. Have a day filled with joy and a day filled with peace.